I am showing up for the live stream for PSO2 New Genesis once more. Man, they really need to stop streaming it this early. But I'm here. So like I said, I'm here. As you can see, got my coffee with me. I'm trying to do exactly what that coffee mug says. I'm trying to live. Well, not a coffee mug at all. That's actually a teacup. Should probably use the Reese's one, but it's whatever. Either way, we're going to be here for a few minutes while this starts up. Oh, or it's actually starting now. Years after PSO2, huh? Specifically 1,000 years, huh? How is this going to work if it's 1,000 years later? Are they just hand waving the second version of this character, or is it the same character across both timelines? Man, I hope that wasn't just it. Yep, stream's done, people. Stream is done. I wonder if they have technical difficulties over there. I'm just moving stuff.
Can't
Come on. Don't tell me that was it. I don't want to drink this coffee. I don't want to drink it just yet. I'm here. I'm on time. What's going on? Why aren't you guys on time? Oh, there it is. Alright, let's get this going. Let's get this going. I just find it crazy that, like, I've been playing PS4.
Hello!
And then suddenly this happens. Suddenly PSO2.
Good evening to the viewers of YouTube and Twitter Live. Welcome to our program PSO2 New Genesis Prologue 2. Phantasy Star Online 2, or PSO2, the online RPG proudly published by Sega and gaining great popularity around the world, is going to be reborn as Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis, or in short, PSO2 NGS, by this year's 2021 major update. In this special program, we are here to bring you the merit and the latest information of this new PSO2 NGS. This program is titled Prologue, preceding the start of the service of PSO2 NGS. Today's program is Prologue 2, subsequent to Prologue 1, which was aired in December 2020. Please look forward to today's program.
This program is live streaming of the pre-recorded program. The viewers of this program can make comments, but please know that we are not able to respond to your comments.
Okay, so that's why the translator is actually...
Also, we are simultaneously live streaming the English double version of the program on YouTube global channel PSO2. So if you want to watch this in English, please check this channel.
We're getting lots of comments, you know, like super kawaii.
Didn't you say the same thing last time?
Yeah, it says, Habumi kawaii, wave to me, Iwai kawaii. Thank you for that too. I'm Iwai, right? Okay, enough of that. I'm the main MC of this program, Iwai of Harachi. And here's today's assistant MC.
Good evening, everyone. I'm the assistant MC of this program, Mizuho Habu of Sakurazaka 46. I'm looking forward to learning more about this new PSO2 NGS with you.
Alright.
That's great. It's been a while, Habumi.
It's been a long time, hasn't it?
We did a location shoot together quite a while ago, right?
That's right, it was fun.
Well, lots of time has passed since then, so all the fans of Sakurazaka 46 must call you Habumi by now, right?
Never once. Just you who called me by that name, Iwai-san.
What? Wasn't your name Zuho Habumi?
No, Mizuho Habu.
Oh, it was incorrect. No wonder I kept thinking how strange your name was. Anyway, this is the second program of the Prologue series that was launched late last year. I promise you that today's program will also be full of fun and useful information, just like last time. You like games, right, Habumi?
Yes, I like it so much that I play games not from morning till night, but from morning all through to the next morning.
No sleep?
Yes, I sometimes devote myself to playing games without sparing time for sleep on my day off.
You must be really curious about this game.
It's not that serious for me, sheesh.
That's great. Please try playing this game once the service starts. I'm sure that those of you who are new to PSO2 and thinking of playing it for the first time, like Habumi, would also find this program useful and enjoyable. So please tag along with us till the end. Now, let's start off with this project, the so-called NGS mission. So, as is customary since last time, we'd like to have Habumi come up with an original signature pose for this program. It's got to be cool enough pose to make the viewers of this program want to copy it.
Want to copy? That's tough. I've never been asked to do something like this before, so I've never given much thought of creating the signature pose till now.
Oh, don't you have like a Habumi original gag or something?
No, I don't have any.
Nothing? I thought that the popular idols usually have one original of their own, don't they?
Yes, they usually do. I have thought about it, but couldn't come up with a good one.
Is that so? Hopefully something good comes up for this special occasion. What we want for the signature pose is that it has to be a cool and simple enough pose so that the viewers can remember and copy it.
I see.
This is a chance for your signature pose to be used as we call out the title of this program from now on. So give us your best shot. Also, you want to know something incredible? If your signature pose is really good, we might consider adding the pose in PSO2 as one of its emotes.
Wow, now I'm really motivated.
Imagine that the characters of PSO2 can be doing your signature pose in the game. Comes true, and if you want to claim the copyright for your pose, you can talk about that later. Anyway, we wish you the best. So, what kind of signature pose is she going to come up with? Habami is going to demonstrate her original signature pose for us at the end of the program. The signature pose created by the previous assistant, Nibu-chan, was evaluated as pending as a consequence, because it looked like it wasn't really good.
That's not true.
Well, we didn't really feel her zest for it, so pending is the result. So please come up with something we can accept.
Okay, I'll do my best because I really want my pose to be accepted.
Please look forward to it, everyone. All right, PSO2 New Genesis Prologue 2. The same as the last time, we bring you the latest and useful information of PSO2 NGS one after another, so stay with us to the end of the program. All right, without further ado, let's get into the first section. Habami.
Yes, the first section is PSO2 NGS hot information.
I want to see more of the classes that they've been working on.
Now I'd like to introduce to you PSO2 NGS official navigator Hiro Arai.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Hiro Arai himself. He's a familiar face to this program since the previous one. Have you had a chance to watch the last one?
Of course.
Hiro-san, we're getting lots of comments for you like Hiro-san kawaii.
It seems like so. Thank you for the comments.
I see comments saying, wave to me, so why don't you wave to the viewers? Nice, thank you. I can see there are a lot of fans of Hiro Arai out there. Probably he now needs to hold his own events like fan meetings.
Yes, I think things are going to get really busy for him.
All right, some of the viewers may be new to this program, so could you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. This is Hiro Arai, the official navigator of PSO2 NGS. As the navigator, I intend to provide you with all the newest info on PSO2 NGS and become the bridge between players and the devs in order to navigate the game into an even better direction. Glad to be here.
Thank you. He knows everything about PSO2 NGS, so if you have any questions, just ask him.
That's right. In fact, he acts as a bridge for us.
That's right. Very helpful to newcomers. Now then, Hiro-san, can you tell us how the first closed beta test from the other day went?
Sure.
I didn't get
The first
in on
closed
this
beta
one.
test went live at the end of January, and many joined in. Thank you, everyone, for your support.
I heard it was really exciting.
Did you get to play it, Iwai-san?
I actually didn't get the chance to join the closed beta test due to some timing issues, but I did get a chance to play a build with Sega staff and Hiro-san at their headquarters. It was great, and it looked really pretty.
Iwai's character creation was really unique.
That's right, I also did the character creation. And this is what I created. What do you think? She's a mechanical girl named Cast.
Are you partial to twin pigtails?
Yeah, I like twin pigtails. I created this girl by imitating the character that I was using when playing Phantasy Star Universe a long time ago.
I see. So that is to say, this girl is your type.
Yes. I love twin pigtails. So Habami, please set your hair in twin pigtails when you come next time, okay?
Well, I think my hair isn't long enough to...
It's okay, no problem. I like short twin pigtails too.
I think I'll pass.
So what do you think, Hiro-san?
Well, I like the straight hair myself.
I wasn't asking about your favorite hairstyle. I was asking what you think of my character creation. Come to think of it, don't you see many characters similar to mine in PSO2?
Yes, indeed, it's very popular. Should I say a cosmic look?
It's really kawaii character, isn't it?
And Iwai-san played it as a hunter.
That's right. The Hunter was really easy to use. It had high maneuverability and was very quick in movement.
Is it easy to use even for beginners?
Yes, I believe so. Iwai-san was a little stiff at first, but he immediately got the knack of it and was able to deliver various moves like a counterattack in no time.
You can deliver attacking moves easily just by pressing buttons rapidly for beginners.
Yes, that's right. It's really easy to play with, I think.
Yes. Oh, this is... So I played it with other players, but we had a tough time finding the boss character named Nagrus. The mission was to defeat the boss character named Nagrus, but it was really hard to find it, and it took us quite some time until finally one of our players spotted him and said, "It's right over there!"
That's right. We heard someone saying found it, and so we followed the voice and arrived here.
Yes, the Nagrus we encountered was gold, which was different color from a normal Nagrus, so it was a very rare Nagrus. We were very fortunate to encounter this golden Nagrus, right?
That's right.
Then all of us attacked together and successfully defeated it. Since we defeated the rare golden Nagrus, we were expecting to get something really nice from it, but actually there was not a single drop that was rare.
Is that so?
Yes, that was really sad.
Especially after going through all the trouble, and we were so excited when we finally managed to defeat it.
It's fun to play with other players, isn't it?
Yeah. I played with some staff members of Sega, so they knew what they were doing, and I was glad to help in defeating the enemy.
Next is this.
Oh, boy.
Iwai-san took this screenshot for us.
Yes, this place was really beautiful. When I took this screenshot, it was at nighttime with the full moon. This place was a field full of pink grass that gleamed in reflecting the moonlight. There were many more places like this with gorgeous scenery in this game.
Yes, in fact, this is one of my favorite places.
Oh, really? Thank you for taking me to the best place.
It is beautiful during the sunset as well.
Yes, I can imagine that. Also, I enjoyed jumping in the ocean, and it was a nice feeling to swim in there. The ocean was very beautiful.
Sounds really nice. I want to go there, too.
Yes, I really enjoyed it. I spent so much time just on the character create. Of course, I enjoyed playing it overall. Well, I really recommend that you play this game.
To tell the truth, it was only for the short period of time, but I played this game a little earlier today.
Really? All this time you were acting like you've never played this game before.
Sorry, I was pretending that I know nothing.
Wow, you got me good. You were acting like, you've already played this game? I envy you, Iwai-san. You've played the game too. So what's your impression?
The graphics were so beautiful that it made me want to take a nap on the grass in the game. I also enjoyed creating my own character.
So this is it? The character you created?
Yes.
Your character looks tall.
Yes, I'm 171 centimeters tall, and I wanted my character to be similar to my actual size. I can create it in any shape I want, and it's very easy to do.
The character was based on the mirror image of her own self, so to speak.
Yes, I really enjoyed this character creation.
So did you play with the hunter?
Yes, I played as the hunter. I heard it's easy to play for beginners.
How was it? Did you defeat lots of enemies?
Yes, I did. I got the knack of it as I kept playing. I could make moves like jump attacks. It's fairly easy to control, so I enjoyed it very much.
Right. Since there's no complicated rule in defeating the enemy, anyone can manage it easily and intuitively.
It only requires very simple control.
We both enjoyed it very much.
I'm glad you both enjoyed the CBT. But we will actually have our second test starting tomorrow, March 19th. Although the contents won't be too different from the first test, we have already finished recruiting more users to join us on the test.
What?
Now both CBT 1 and 2 are for domestic users, but I'm pleased to announce that there will also be a CBT for global version users as well.
Oh, okay.
That's wonderful news.
We will provide further details on the global version's official website and Twitter at the later time, so please hold on just a while longer on an announcement.
I gotta get Daniel
And so,
on this.
with second CBT around the corner and the global
this,
CBT
global
being a
CBT.
reality, we would like to go over some of the elements that were introduced on the first CBT for the people who were unable to participate or have the time to experience everything.
We weren't able to play for too long either, so we would like to hear as well. Please, go right ahead.
Now, please take a look at this next footage. Allow me to introduce boss enemies from the new enemy type in NGS, which are dolls. First is Bujin. They're tiny dolls, but their quick attacks make them very powerful. They have ninja-like movements, and once their health is low, they attack using clones of themselves. Their actions are real tricky and stylish.
The transparency of its body looks really cool. It's very agile, too.
It's really quick in movement.
Next up is Daitil Sword. They're giant-like dolls that showed up at the end of the opening movie. Their big bodies make it easy to spot from afar and provide a new experience in fights.
Oh,
you can knock
really
them down
big.
by accumulating damage to their feet, making it easier to aim for the heart, which is their weak point. Their attacks are somewhat easy to dodge due to their slow movements, but careful as they are powerful attacks.
Wow, this attack looks really lethal. What a devastating attack. Everything's turned red.
It's really angry, that's for sure.
I want to fight that thing.
Also, NGS has enemies called Formers, who resemble Sylvants from the old PSO2. Allow me to introduce you to some of these Formers who pose as boss enemies. The Crag Bear have big attack motions, making them predictable. It acts differently to the enemy it's based on from PSO2, and
Really?
will use attacks such as sending out shockwaves by punching the ground, or anti-air attacks such as jumping and grabbing a hold of players.
It's grabbing and throwing down to the ground. You're in serious danger when you get this type of combination attack.
Yep,
That's
that is new.
unbelievable.
Ard Bansers and Ard Banshees are known for their quick attacks, although their counterparts from PSO2 also held powerful attack patterns. They have powerful wind howling attacks and wind cutters added, allowing them to fight against long-range and airborne players just like the Crag Bear. There are also new enemy types other than dolls called alters. Their unsettling eye-themed designs and their increase in strength during the nighttime makes these new enemies unique. Here are some alters that pose as boss enemies. First up is the Chiakurio. They're
thing's weird.
sea angel-like enemies that float about and mainly enhance other enemies,
So, this is the so-called supporting type enemy, right?
like this. That's right, and this is how it does.
I see. So this is how it supports and enhances other enemies.
Next up is Wowlon. They attack with the sickles in their hands as well as kick attacks that send out waves.
Why did it need a dive kick and a flash kick?
It looks like very good at kicking.
That's impressive. It seems it creates some shockwaves as well.
This is going to hurt a lot.
Very, very dangerous. The tail also looks dangerous.
That's it for new information on enemies. Okay, let's recap what we learned so far. Please take a look at this slide. Boss enemies from the dolls such as Bujin and Daitil swords, and these PSO2 Sylvant-looking boss enemies from the Formers such as Crag Bear, Ard Banser, and Ard Banshees. New boss enemies from the altars such as Chiakurio and Wowlons were introduced. There were a lot more normal enemies in the closed beta test aside from the bosses we introduced for Formers and altars. Were there any enemies that caught your interest?
Daitil swords are real tall, so am I. So I was confident.
私も身長高いのでこれなら勝てそうジャンプしてちょっと頑張って攻撃すればできちゃうかなと
Yeah, it's a Sakurazaka 46 Daital sword.
Yeah, pretty much.
あとはやっぱりこのアルターズとか
You should probably defeat the altars first, right?
Yes, that's right.
I wonder how these Wowlons live with the sickles in their hands.
こいつはどうやって生活してるんですかね
Yes, right.
食べ物とか
I guess it skewers everything that it eats. It must have one tough lifestyle. I don't think I could live like that.
That's for sure.
All in all, the improvement in the graphics is very clear and undeniable. It's much better and more beautiful. The quick movements are nicely displayed too.
That's right.
If they're called Daital Sword, then that must mean that there are non-sword types, right?
Well, I'm not sure.
Oh, he's stalling, and that's very suspicious, isn't it?
言わないところが怪しいです。
怪しいですね
Come on. There's gotta be a
Yes,
Daital
she's just
gunner and a
playing down.
Daital
Now let's
tech
go
or
to the next
tech
footage.
user or whatever.
We will be
like
providing
how you just
additional
quickly cut.
information on exploration sections. In previously shown information, we stated that the open field will have up to 8 players, but in actuality, that was the case for the combat sections. But in the exploration sections, a total of up to 32 players can play together at once.
Oh wow.
Exploration sections allow for gathering materials, finding new locations, hunting for certain enemies, and so on, allowing you to explore the area, which is why there are less enemy encounters than the combat section. But there are special enemies that only appear in exploration sections. One type of those enemies are the dread enemies that are powerful, higher level variants of the same that appears normally and pose as a boss of the area. Their HP and strength are increased, so avoid fighting them until you're higher level.
Huh.
There are also gigantics that appear under very specific conditions.
These are like
They have
fates.
much higher levels than the
World
dread
bosses.
enemies and end up leaving after a set time. So working together with other players is absolutely necessary.
I think I can handle this, because I'm tall.
You can. You feel confident against the big ones, huh? Here, he's attacking its weak point.
And that's the introductions to the exploration sections. Let's go over it through some
Not like
slides.
these jokes.
以前に公開していた情報
Previously, we mentioned that PSO2 NGS will have 8-player combat. Many were disappointed due to PSO2 originally having 12-player multiplayer sessions, which meant the scale was tinier this time. However, that was only the case for combat sections, which focus on fighting enemies. But instead, within the exploration section, you can play with up to 32 players.
がマルチプレイが可能になっています。32人
The 32-player sessions
fine.
must have been a surprise for users as it was only revealed once. They actually played the closed beta test. The evolved multi-party system, which allows for seamless matchmaking by simply being in the field, is best experienced than just hearing about it, as was noted by the dev team. These exploration sections will have guardians of the area, dread enemies, and gigantics show up.
危険状況下のみで登場するギガンティック
The gigantics have an unusual amount of HP and attack, and they also despawn after a certain amount of time. The first CBT featured the gigantics of the Daitil, but I heard that only a small amount of users were able to defeat it during the test.
倒せたユーザーさんは
Look at that thing.
だったと
I'd believe it.
It looks really strong and powerful.
I myself have encountered a strong enemy like this when I played.
Yes, it was the enemy called Wowlon, and you were still at level 1 at the time.
Encountered at level 1?
Yes. I encountered Wowlon in the moment I stepped outside, and I heard other players saying, "Get away from there right now!" So I just ran away from there as fast as I could. It was really close.
That's right. That's it for the exploration section. Any information catch your eyes?
The dread enemies seem to have moss
Those
growing
dread enemies, yeah.
on their bodies, and I was impressed at the amount of details.
さすがだなと思いました
These dread enemies are not
Yes,
32-man
they're supposed to be
battles.
like guardians
Exploration.
that protected these areas for a long time.
It's looking real good. I like this.
Ah, so that's why. That's some detail. The 32-player combat seems grand and exciting, but are the Gigantics hard to defeat even with 32 players?
そうですね
Like, that's
It seems
kinda
there
what
were
I
some
want
users
out of
who
Zero
went
Blade
with a
X.
full 32 party, but only 17 of these enemies were defeated in the entirety of the test period.
Is that so? It means that so many skilled players battled hand in hand, but that was all they could defeat.
It tells me how powerful these enemies are.
Yeah, really powerful.
The players who participated in the first beta test were all extremely well skilled.
I thought so. They got to be advanced players.
If you can defeat such a powerful enemy, you will be recognized as a hero, right? I want to be called hero.
That would be nice, and I'm sure there will be even more powerful enemies appearing one after another. So I want to be the first one to defeat them.
Yes, good luck. Let's go over other information that was introduced in the first CBT all at once with some slides. Please go ahead. The outerwear and cast parts in PSO2 NGS are similar to accessories and hairstyles in that they are registered to your character by consuming a ticket, just like other avatar items. In the old PSO2, outerwear and cast parts were treated as items that took up inventory storage. This will no longer be an issue. Next is how layered wares in PSO2 NGS
Glad for that.
now
Play the
have
cast.
items called set wares. Set wares will be on the same layer as base wear on your character, but cannot be used with outerwear. The difference
That's not
with
gonna change
outfits
unless-
from the old
unless
PSO2
they
is
bring
that,
beast
just
characters.
like NGS outerwear and parts,
I'm not too invested
these
in playing
are
the Newman.
also registration based through tickets. Now, regarding the weapons camos that changed your weapon's look. In PSO2, you were unable to equip multiple weapon camos at once, but starting with NGS, you can now equip weapon camos per weapon category. On to the next slide, please. We informed previously that just like old PSO2, you can also set a subclass separate from the main class in PSO2 NGS as well. Let me point out some differences on the subclass this time around. The biggest difference is that the stats of the subclass will no longer affect the main class. Though all weapons, PA, and techniques available for the subclass will be usable. Also, some class skills such as those that impact your usable weapons will affect the main class as well. Next, regarding skill points to learn class skills. In the old PSO2, you gained skill points whenever you leveled up. In NGS, however, completing cocoons and towers will award you with them. Obtained skill points can also be used on all classes. Since skill point acquisition is account-based, you can use skill points on a new character immediately on the same account. As a new feature to item customization, you can now limit break weapons and armor. Low rarity equipment have
actually
low
really cool.
enhancement caps, but by utilizing limit breaks,
Maybe now
you can
I'll
increase
actually
this
play
cap,
a
making
Newman.
it possible to enhance them even further.
If they don't add beasts.
Through this feature, you can upgrade 1-star weapons up to the strength of a 4-star weapon, for example, which means you can keep using the same weapon of your liking, or avoid the issue where you cannot advance any further due to not getting any rare weapons. Lastly, NGS has a status called Battle Power, which displays a strength of the character not apparent through just class levels. This takes into account player HP, attack, defense, skill points used, and augments and potentials on your weapons and armor equipped. Certain urgent quests may also require a certain amount of battle power. That's it on the rundown
Okay,
of
so your
information
battle power
which
is more
was
like
introduced in the
your
first
item
closed
level.
beta test in Japan.
It is sense. That's
Thank you
interesting.
so much. That was so
That's
much
interesting way to
information.
do that.
You don't have to have a powerful weapon. Instead, you can enhance your own weapon. Also, some missions require players to have a certain battle power to participate in. That means we could do missions with players who are at a similar battle power. That's really great.
Also,
'cause
players
that
can
used to
enjoy
be an issue, I
enhancing their
assume.
own characters as casting their eyes on these missions.
I see. As a motivation factor, like, I reached a certain battle power. Now I can participate in this mission. So you're doing okay so far?
I think I'm starting to get it. Can't wait to play it. Now, Hiro-san, we had CBT participants answer and send us some surveys. I heard you'll be going over those results today as well?
That's right. Show the slides, please. Here, we will be reporting on the results from the first closed beta test for NGS from late January. We had our domestic PSO2 users with accounts join us, and there were many who participated. Thank you all for your participation. and in answering these surveys
I
and
need to see this for
talking in
myself. I can't
forums.
see anything.
We were able
way
to
too
collect
small.
many opinions, hopes, and bug reports. Thank you for your support. Here is a report on the general results overall.
Okay.
First, it was deemed that change to the base design of the game is unnecessary and that we can continue as is. However, some parts that require changes will be fine-tuned and improved for the second CBT and release. We will touch on the details in the coming slides. Second, server load and data sharing did have issues such as login errors and character appearances changing on the first day immediately after opening. Even after fixes, the servers still saw several seconds of lag from time to time. We will see
Okay,
if
that's
these
nothing
issues
too
are
hard, besides they're
alleviated with the
already
second
explaining it.
CBT when re-evaluating.
I see. Some fine-tuning is necessary, but the test is a success then.
Yes, we were able to collect many opinions and reactions to the game, and we were able to catch major issues, so we'd say the test was very successful. And of course, although it is a test, it was great we were able to have users enjoy and accept the new type of experience of NGS.
I assume there are a lot of requests in the surveys?
That's right. We will be going over details and reports from the survey and how the development team has responded with their future plans. Since time is limited, we will only go over the main points orally.
Give me the
Now,
beast
please
class.
show the slides.
Well, race. Give me the
The
beast
results
race.
for
Give me
action-related
slasher
elements are as
weapons.
follows. One point which stood out was that aiming at targets with close-range weapons was sometimes difficult. Cancel timing is slow, so it's hard to evade attacks. In the second CBT, we will reevaluate the system's priority when determining lock-on targets. We will also ease the window of cancel timing via guarding with a sword, so please check them again next time as well. There were also reports that enemy strength and the EXP provided was not balanced. We will be adjusting the HP and attack of necessary enemies and increase experience. We will adjust the amount of EXP gained correctly with the increase in HP. You should be able to gain EXP fit for the strength of the enemy. By release, we plan to readjust the cancel timing of all weapons other than sword as well. Also, since the types of class skills were limited for the CBT, we will adjust the number of class skills usable for the subclass as well. Also, although the slide does not cover it, some wanted the game's speed to match that of PSO2, or that they wish for the dash and glide to be faster. We have a response from the dev team regarding this that I'll share now. Regarding PSO2 NGS game speed, we are aiming to fine-tune and balance it so that current players of PSO2 and newcomers to the series after NGS, or even returning players, can enjoy the game with ease, which is why NGS game speed is slightly slower compared to that of PSO2,
That's fine.
which increased in its speed since episode 1 to 6. However, we feel that new actions such as dash and glide have improved the game pace overall, adding a new feel of action
Let the
flow
game
on the
feel like
game
its own game.
than that of the current PSO2. Which is why we have determined that the
So long
current
as it's
speed
not
is suitable for the
absolutely
time being
sluggish,
upon
you know?
release. These were the comments from the team.
You say everything as they are. Even these negative opinions and points of improvement being needed. But it shows that how serious you want this game to meet the satisfaction of every player without compromise. No wonder we can enjoy this game so much.
楽しめますねこちらもね
The objective feedback are very important, aren't they?
Right. There were also some opinions from other survey results that stated the game's action still felt a little hard. How did you two feel about the action elements
hard,
of the
but the game is
CBT as a
slow.
whole?
It was a really exhilarating experience. It felt so nice jumping into the air. I even said, "I did it!" out loud when I successfully delivered my attack. I really wanted to try many other things. Also, there were many places with great scenery in the
I guess I
game,
just
so
have to
not
see
only
for
did I
myself
fight the
to see if
enemy,
it's really
but
that
sometimes I
slow
took a
in
walk
comparison.
and shot some photos. All in all, I enjoyed it in so many aspects.
I had a
But I
chance
would
to
very
watch
much like
users
the
from
game to
various
be its
classes
own
in
game.
combat and action. I felt it was very light and their movements were very smooth.
You only experienced the Hunter, but there are some other classes, so I believe you can enjoy much more with that as well. Thank you very much. On to the next slide, please. Here are the results regarding graphics. Some standouts are that the character feels different from salon to the field, or I can't make the face I want with the new face types. Regarding this, the character creation and salon screens will be unified, and that 2 new face types are planned to be added in the second CBT. We would appreciate if you could try it out again and receive your feedback anew. As for measures against other feedback, such as reducing the darkness at night, reducing effects from other players, and reducing the screen shake effect, all of these are planned to be adjusted early after launch.
2 more face patterns will
Maybe
be
there'll be
added.
like a toggle
That's
or
good
something.
news. It's unstoppable. I probably can stop doing character creation.
You can create the character with the spitting image of yourself now with this detailed configuration, don't you think?
I'm sure I can, but I'm afraid that I might feel depressed when I get attacked to the character that resembled me too much.
You're right. You don't really want to see your mirror image being defeated or losing.
One of the new face presets is similar to that of the sharp face from the older PSO2. This may make it easier to create an even more anime-like character than the first CBT.
That's even better.
Even more humanly, that is.
That's correct. How did you two feel about the graphics in the CBT?
I have too many things that I want to say, so I don't know where to start. It's unbelievably realistic. It was so realistic that I felt as if I was running in the field myself. As I heard earlier that it can swim in the ocean, so I really want to try that out myself.
っていうのも気になったので、ちょっと自分で後ほどチェックしてみたいなと思いました。
And you like to create your character to be similar to your own self?
Yes, I try to create the character that resembles as closely to myself.
You don't want to create the mechanical girl character with twin pigtails like me?
Stop.
I think it's also nice to create the character far away from your real self. Anyway, you can configure all the facial parts and details, like where you want to put the eyes or how soft you want it to be looked and so on. Also, there are many different colors that you can choose from.
Right, I could choose its clothes, eyebrows, makeup.
Really, character creation is so enjoyable. The game with just that is good enough for me.
Thank you so much.
I think anyone can enjoy this game regardless of the gender.
Okay, on to the next slide. Here are survey results related to quests and the map. What stands out are not enough end grinders or hard to spot minerals, and the inventory fills up very fast, making it hard to organize. We received lots of this feedback.
Yeah, they
It is
got
planned
fixed
to
inventory
adjust
in
the
that game.
overall
That-
balance of these things for the
that's
second
That's a
CBT.
huge issue.
We will also be implementing the material storage feature planned for launch, which should help reduce inventory space issues. As for matchmaking, we plan to increase information about the more complicated aspects of it by launch.
Yeah, inventory was a huge issue for me in portable games and online games, and I hope it's not
Seems
an
hard to
issue
take
here.
into account all these opinions to fix game balances on online games, huh?
That's right. But it's great that we are able to make adjustments by receiving player feedback.
I assume players who participate know what they're talking about, so it sounds valuable.
意見ね重要ですよ。そうですね。はい。
では On to the next slide, please. Lastly, here are the results for UI and system-related aspects. Some key points here, such as Storehouse UI, is hard to understand. Task guides are not properly shown. The font is small and hard to see, and the level up notifications and the chat take up a lot of space. In the second CBT, we will adjust the UI for level up notifications and fix issues with the main menu. As for other issues, we plan to make adjustments from now and towards launch.
I see. So although some changes may not make it to launch, later updates may fix them.
That's correct. Being able to use feedback to keep improving the game is a wonderful thing about online games.
Why
The
does it
old
have, like, an
PSO2
LV
also
with
became
an
easier
up
to
arrow
play as
on
updates
character's
happened.
heads or something?
So the dev team hopes to do the same with NGS as well.
There is no stopping in the improvement for NGS. It's a great motto, don't you think?
I agree. So the more people play NGS, the better game it will be.
That's it for the survey results. Thank you to all participants of the first CBT. These results can also be viewed on the CBT website as well. So for those of you who are curious, please do go take a look. There are some feedback that we were unable to respond to this time, but we would like to carefully take in and look at it all together after the second CBT, prioritizing and planning certain fixes towards launch or even early post-launch. In that way, we hope to have as many users as possible enjoy the game. Those are the wishes of the development team as a whole. And that's it for the report.
Thank you very much. We hope that even more hopes and feedback of players are made reality. Development is tough, but having everyone help create a game together is great.
Is that the entire
Now, the
report?
second CBT is fast approaching, tomorrow, March 19th. So can you share its details?
Understood. Let's go to the next slide. Here are details on the second closed beta test. The test will be conducted from Friday, March 19th to Sunday, March 21st for 3 days, and users can play continuously from Saturday on to Sunday. We will have an even larger number of players join the second time and will test the overall game system and high-priority bugs discovered in the first test. Now, here are details regarding the revisions to guidelines on use
Oh,
of
you can
copyrighted
actually stream it
content
this
in
time.
streams
Nice.
and videos. Starting with this test, it will be possible to use monetization functions, video sharing services. We have invited streamers overseas to join us as well. Next slide, please.
So I just gotta put like copyright
The following
in it.
are the
Okay.
participation rewards for the second test. We will have 2 new campaigns for the second test. For those who reach Battle Power 1100 or more during the test period will receive 100 SG. And if you utilize the material storage, you will receive 50 SG at a later date. We will also continue the campaign from the first test. Those who had already completed the requirements in the first test can also complete them in the
And
second test
whoops,
to
sorry about
receive
that.
the
And how
reward
does this
a
work
total of 2
for the
times.
people-
So please do participate.
Later on for the global one.
It's finally tomorrow. How exciting!
Yes, as I reported earlier in the results, there are
'Cause we
parts that
typically
were
weren't
improved
allowed
from the
the
first
first test or the second
CBT,
test.
so we would appreciate if participants of the first test joined in again.
You went through all that for us very quickly, but you have other stuff to announce, right?
Yes, of course. Although the CBT won't include these, we have brand new information on weapon categories that will be present at launch, so
Yes.
allow me to introduce them.
I wanna see
Really
this.
looking
This is
forward
what I
to
wanna
it.
see.
Now then, please view this footage.
Oh, the partisan.
The Hunter weapon. The Partisan is a Naginata-like weapon.
そうユニバースやって使ったんです
振り回して、男の子好きそうですね、なんか。
いいよかっこいいよクラススキルボルグラプターを
Learning the class skill Volcrafter allows you to hold down the button and unleash spears of photon which accumulate damage. These photon spears explode either by waiting some time or by inflicting a set amount of damage. Another weapon for hunters, Wired Lance, has the largest area of normal attack for hunter weapons. This weapon, like the assault rifle, will inflict more damage by attacking at the correct range, which makes it unique. By using the weapon action Wired Anchor, you can close in on enemies, so it may be interesting to see how you can combine this with other weapons via multi-weapons.
I like it.
The Ranger weapon, Launchers, take a bit to unleash an attack, but can
Launchers
dish
are
out
coming back.
wide-ranged
Interesting.
and powerful explosions, making it a unique weapon. Since you can use your normal attacks while on the move, you can mitigate the time it takes to attack in the combat by playing correctly. Using the weapon action, Sticky Bomb will attach a bomb that will detonate in a set amount of time at the enemy. Although the explosion doesn't do much damage, it's useful for restoring PP. Mix them up with photon arts to combat enemies effectively. The fighter weapon, Twin Daggers, are a close-range weapon with high mobility mid-air. High mobility combat is possible with this weapon, and learning a certain class skill will allow you to attack propelling forward after normal attacking at a specific timing after a PA. This allows you to readjust positioning during a fight. The weapon action Dagger Spin allows you to guard and
probably
move
good to
in
get, like, a
emergencies.
fighter or something like that.
Another fighter weapon, the Double Saber, can hit multiple times in a short span. Using a PA will activate a whirlwind, which strengthens as you hit enemies. The weapon action Saber Parry works like the Wand Parry and is useful for blocking enemy attacks. Class skills such as Deadly Archer will allow you to unleash the Deadly Archer attack by holding down the weapon action button once the whirlwind state is at its second strength. The Talus for forces and tectors unleash techniques like the Rod and Wand can, but spreading the Talus to your surrounding will allow you to use a technique with effects differently than usual.
That's cool.
The way the Talus works changes depending on the PA, so choosing the right PA for the situation allows for effective combat. Learning the class skill Talus Bloom Revoke and holding down the weapon action allows the Talus to be retrieved quickly.
I never really liked this
The
class,
weapon action
but
of the
this
Talus allows you to place
actually looks
Taluses
interesting.
without the use of a PA and can recover PP without
I don't
having
know how
to
they
perform
play
normal
in
attacks.
PSO2 though. Still,
Let's look
I
at
wish-
some
I
slides
wish we
for a
knew
summary.
more.
We introduced the Partisan and Wired Lance for hunters, Launcher for rangers, and Twin Dagger and Double Saber for fighters, and Talus for forces and tectors for a total of 6 types of weapon categories. The closed beta test had limited types of weapons each class can use, but we feel that once these weapons are made available, it will expand the combat possibilities. The subclass and multi-weapons should also increase the scope of usable weapons, so it may be fun to find your own combat style you enjoy the most. Are there any weapons you particularly took an interest to?
I like the Partisan the best. I'm used to combating with it because I've been
Archer,
using it since
Partisan,
PSU.
Double Saber,
Its actions are
Saber,
really cool
the
too.
Daggers, maybe the Talus
This is a
as well.
well-known weapon too.
The
Yes,
Wild
how
Lance,
about you,
not
Habumi?
as nearly as much as
I'm the
others.
launcher. The reason for that is Imagine, I'm setting up my launcher in a distant shade while everyone else is in the combat. When they're in the peril, I shoot down the enemy with my launcher, then everyone would start saying, "Who was the hero just now?" And I'll say, "It's me, Habu-chan."
Like you appear out of the smoke or something. Did you make up that story yourself? That's the kind of hero you want to be?
It's really cool, isn't it?
Well, just don't shoot your friendlies.
Of course I won.
That's it for all the information for NGS today. Since this is still only the second CBT, perhaps there wasn't as much new information, but next time, it'd be great if we could reveal more about what everyone wants to hear, such as the story, the characters, and more character creation features. Please look forward to it.
Thank you so much, Hiro-san.
It wasn't too bad.
Please stay with us for the next section of this program.
But like, it's definitely good information.
Ow, let's
Which
go
is
on to the
great.
next section. Habumi, please.
The next section is PSO2 NGS message box. In this section, we would like to introduce you some of the cheering messages that we receive from the users. We asked the users for their comments with hashtag PSO2 NGS cheering messages in the last time and received so many cheering messages.
Thank you, everyone, for posting your comments. The cheering messages from the users really mean a lot to us.
That's right. It's very encouraging for these very busy development members. We also received many delightful messages from the participants of the first closed beta test.
All right, well, let's introduce some of the messages that we picked up. Habumi, please.
First one is from Maximum Zoku no Tebasaki-san. I enjoyed playing this game throughout these 3 days. I felt like a new wind blowing in, yet it still carried the fundamentals of PSO2. Especially keeping the existing system intact, such as the combat system and the PSE. Many new systems like the Photon Glide were introduced to the game as well. I felt a strong, uncompromising attitude toward making of this game in the development team. I'm really looking forward to official release of this game.
What a great comment. It sounds like the user's been playing for a while.
The name sounds so strong, doesn't it? Maximum Zoku no Tebasaki-san.
Find that in the username? I wonder.
It's from Kobayashi. I felt the confidence of the development team when it was brought out to the world. I couldn't have enough of this game even though I played it through from the beginning till the end yesterday. It's even harder now that I have to wait a little longer for the official release. My friend who has never played PSO2 before said, the game footage looked a lot of fun, so I strongly recommend he participate in the CBT that starts tomorrow.
Once you get to participate in the CBT, you'll want to play it non-stop.
The chance to play is only for 3 days.
It's fun to just watch the movie clip, so imagine how fun it would be for actually playing the game. The next one is from Neriru. I'm so glad that you realized my dream of what I want to do and how I want to do it. In the character creation and the action scenes, I have high hopes for a new era of the PSO2 that ARX and Sega are taking aim at.
Well, I guess the demands of the users are reflected properly in the game, right?
I think so. The new actions that are not included in the current PSO2, like the glide and dash, are meeting the demands of the users, I believe.
Just a slight addition of elements to the game is enough to get me excited.
People like mobility.
Yeah, I really want to read it myself, but it's written in English, so I'm ask Hiro-san instead.
Sure. We have here a cheering message in English, and I would like to read it. From Ice Wolf 762.
Everything I have seen so far for PSO2 and NGS is really fantastic. The team are doing a brilliant job, and I can't wait for it to be released. ということで、
もう読み終わったんです。
I see. It means I'm having a house party at my house and you're invited.
That's correct. No, just kidding. Actually, it said, everything I've seen so far for hashtag PSO2 NGS is really fantastic. The team are doing a brilliant job, and I can't wait for it to be released.
リリースが待てないですと。
Okay, I see.
You
Getting
want to
such
the
cheering
brighter
message
lights?
even from overseas make me feel that this game is
Upon the
indeed
brighter
deeply
lights.
loved by many players around the world. Next one is from Mia. Thank you for the beta test. NGS is amazing. My brother and I have been playing the PSO series for a long time and we really love its view of the world. The vast and beautiful
I figured to
field
put on the
and
darker
combating
light because
unknown
it's
life
already
forms
light
from
out.
outer space. The weapon and actions are so cool. I can't wait for its official release. I support you guys 100%.
応援していますということです
いや
Well, there are siblings who play the game together. I like to play the game following its story as well. The story's well constructed, and it's always exciting to see how it turns out.
Phantasy Star Online 2.
The next one is from Tuka P.
スカピーさんからいただきました
Another 10 years looking into the 30th anniversary of the PSO series. I always look forward to fun adventures as well as character creation. I think Sega is 10 years ahead of anybody else in the field. It's incredible to see this genuine made-in-Japan game achieving such high level. I have a high hope for the PSO2 NGS to be a really fun game so that I can tell everyone that with conviction.
That's a
I don't
wonderful
play it
message.
because
So
I made a
encouraging, isn't it?
promise with Daniel
Yes,
that I'd
I
only
can't
play
thank
it
them enough.
once he's around playing it. And
Please
he's
let
not
us hear your voice.
playing
Let
it
us know your thoughts and
completely.
comments on the NGS by
focused
posting
on other
messages with
RPGs as a
hashtag
game,
PSO2
so I don't
NGS
push
cheering
it.
message. We continue to introduce them in the program.
そして
And we have prepared a new hashtag
ご
campaign.
用意いたしました
This campaign is called Do You Know PSO2 NGS?
何ですか
This is a campaign to educate people who don't know about the major update information to the PSO2 NGS with the help of the
Either way,
users
I
of the
still-
PSO2 series.
いいですね
That's nice.
You missed me said that. I
Basically,
did
we'd
it
like
off
to
stream.
ask the users of the PSO2 series to let others know how fun it is to play the PSO2 NGS. So specifically, how are they going to do that?
This time they would like to
Because
have
with
the
the way
users make
things
an
happened
acrostic
that day,
poem
it
with
just didn't
NGS
work out.
expressing the aspect that you like or good points
So,
about the PSO2
Because I wasn't
NGS.
in the best
Okay.
of moods.
The users
and neither
also
was
need to do this
everyone
then.
else.
That's
I
right.
decided not to stream it.
Prior to
It
this
was
program,
probably for
we've
the
made our
best.
own acrostic poem with NGS. Was it difficult for you? How was it? Tell me.
そうです
Yes, it was, especially the G part. It took me about 10 minutes to come up with a word status with G.
Right, but in Japanese it's gagi gugego, so very difficult. I had some difficulty myself.
I
One more
missed
thing, Hiro
everything
Arai-san
that
has
you
agreed to do
just
this as well. I can see all the fans of Hiro Arai are bursting with joy right now, getting ready to take some screenshots and all. Okay, let's start off with you, Habumi.
ハブから行こうか
いいんですか
Okay, I'll go first.
お願いしますはいじゃあ
Now, are you ready? N of NGS.
じゃーん
Oh my word.
なんか起きそう
I have a hunch that something's going to happen. Next is G of NGS.
Great.
グレイトではい
All right, S of NGS.
じゃーん
Special view of the world.
That's nice.
なるほどね
Some sort of game they're doing, I
It
guess.
seems that your acrostic poem can be used in many other situations.
I really had a lot of things I wanted to write, but simply put, this was it.
この
Great and special.
デートでスペシャルな
あったんだ
It turned a little childish, didn't it?
But I really think I did a great job, especially on the end part. Oh my word. It sounds really me.
Yeah, oh my word. It sounds like you. Why is that? Use this word often?
Well, just that I thought not very many people would come up with that word.
I see. Well, hardly anyone starts off their conversation with that word. Thank you so much. But your surprise is understandable. I mean, the graphics were beautiful beyond words. Now, could you please show yours, Hiro-san?
Yes, sure. I made one for the global users.
For the global users. Sounds like it's possibly made in English.
Highly likely.
じゃあ行きましょう NG
All right, let's hear it. N of NGS.
Nice game.
ゲオン
Nice game. Sounds close to oh my word. Now, G of NGS is?
NGS の G
Good game.
Good game. And finally, S of NGS is?
Super game.
Super game.
これは伝わ
It's simple and anyone can get this message.
まりますよ
なんかちょっとバカみたい
You think so? Doesn't it sound a bit childish? Is it okay?
I think it's good.
I feel somewhat familiar with her.
同じぐらいの
I can see that familiarity too. About the same vocabulary level, right?
Then show us your Iwai-san.
Sure thing. I made one in regard to the contents of NGS, like things that some players end up doing.
Okay, let's start. N of NGS.
NGS の N
Looks unclimbable.
G of NGS.
The cliff.
NGS の
S
S
of NGS.
I spent so much time trying to climb up the cliff, but I failed. It happens sometimes, doesn't it?
I don't get any of this. But maybe that's because I don't speak Japanese.
When I played this game, I tried to climb up a cliff for about 30 minutes, but I failed as a result. It was really fun for me, just to see how far up I can climb.
I was like, is that climbable to begin with?
Right. I tried to find tiny cracks on that vertical cliff so I could climb up using that.
Right. You kept trying and trying.
I just enjoy searching for those tiny spots. I recommend everyone to try it once it's released.
I agree, it's a good challenge.
こういうゲームとして普通に遊べて
It's a lot of fun. I'm sure I can fully enjoy the game with just that, searching for that tiny spots to climb up the cliff.
I have seen many tweets saying that they've tried the same thing.
Is that so? Maybe it's our nature to go higher and higher. The field is so vast that it's a lot of fun just searching for such places. I would like everyone to make your own acrostic poem like we showed today.
Yes, we would like you to make an acrostic poem with NGS expressing the aspects that you like or good points about the PSO2 NGS. Please post it along with hashtag PSO2 NGS acrostic poem.
お願いします
グローバル版ユーザーの皆さんはハッシュタグ PSO2NGS アクロスティックポエム
If I understood how that works, acrostic poem.
It would be nice to see this trending.
It sure is.
Please post them one after another.
We're looking forward to your posts.
Thank you in advance. Well, thank you, Hiro-san, for providing us with various informations. Lastly, would you give us a message to the viewers?
The second CBT will be held starting tomorrow. I am really excited because PSO2 NGS is going to be played by many more users. Our staff members will be ready to respond during the CBT so that everyone can enjoy it. If there is any trouble, please contact our support. We also send out the NGS information on the official community Twitter account, rappy.commu. It is our aim to make this place where every player can gather around and see the posts that one may find interesting. So let's achieve this together, and please follow us. You can count on this unrelentingly improving PSO2 NGS. Thank you for your time today.
新井さんでした
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're really close to the end of the program. Habumi, you've forgotten about the mission that we gave to you at the beginning of the program, haven't
Of
you?
course I remember.
Did you make one?
Yes, I did.
You don't forget?
I never forget about what I was told.
これね皆さんが真似したくなるような
Habumi was asked to come up with an original signature pose that the viewers of the program would want to copy. If the signature pose is a good one, we're going to do that pose when we call the title of this program in the beginning from now on.
して始まるみたいな感じですねはい前回
The signature pose that was created by the last assistant, Nibu-chan of Hinatazaka 46, was this one.
こんなポーズ考えてくれたはい
What do you think?
Cat ears? Is it kawaii, isn't it?
可愛いな
I thought really kawaii when I was watching this.
That's good.
Yes.
But knowing that Habumi's created her original signature pose, please know that it's my intention that I want to choose and accept your pose preferentially.
No.
Guy needs to stop.
Please choose both.
もうちょっと
Well, anyway, I want a better signature pose than the last one.
I got you. I will show you a cool signature pose.
I can hardly wait.
Now I'm nervous.
Demonstrate it toward the camera over that way. Now the moment of truth.
PSO2NGS.
Wow. What was that again?
PSO2NGS.
Feels a bit dated, doesn't it?
昭和の香
Yeah, it's got an 80s feel to it.
I thought everyone would accept this pose to copy.
Yeah, it's a cute pose, though.
Not good enough?
Well, like I said earlier, I'm in favor of Habami, but give me a moment to evaluate. Now it's time to announce the decision. The decision is... pending! Pending! It just lacked of a decisive factor.
Really? I thought very hard to come up with this.
Well, I really want to accept your pose, if it were all up to me.
You're really mean, Iwai-san.
It's not me, it was the staff members out there that they tacitly forced me to say pending. Blame them! I'm ready to accept your pose even if it's terrible, but unfortunately the decision was pending, so please challenge it again next time. Good. Lastly, we have an announcement for the next program. Habami, please.
The next program will be the third of the prologue series. We will air it as PSO2 New Genesis Prologue 3. The next program will be also the full of must-see information regarding to PSO2 NGS, so please look forward to it.
Will it have global information?
I enjoyed this program. How was this Prologue 2 for you?
Hiro-san's explanation was really informative and it made me want to play the game so bad. It seems to be a lot of fun to play with my members, and I have so many things that I want to try.
You can play with other people without leaving your house.
That's right.
It would be so much fun to play with your friends. In this program, we continue to provide NGS information as clearly and enjoyably as possible.
I will keep learning more about NGS so that I can share a lot of fun points about the NGS with everyone else. Lastly, please like and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, please do. Would you come to the program again?
Of course.
Suddenly an of course pose? It came out at last! Thank you so much. Please come again, especially now that you said of course. And don't forget to bring another version of your signature pose.
Okay, thank you.
That's all we have for today's program. Thank you for watching. Please look forward to the next one. Goodbye!
Goodbye!
Well, that was that. Like, host joking aside, there was a lot of information there that we did have before, like with the new weapons, the 32 battles, the new like world bosses, all pretty cool stuff. I still very much look forward to this game. Be it the way it looks, the way it plays, be it the fact that it's a PSO game. And yeah, even though I don't play PSO2, I very much enjoyed PSO2. And I would love to go back to it one of these days eventually. But that's just not what I'm doing right now. This looks really, really fun. And I can't wait for it to come out. Alright, that is it for today, people. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I'm gonna go take a nap, get my day sorted out. And of course, you guys will see me later, hopefully. Alright, take care everyone. Be safe as always. Have fun with your games. I'm out. I'll see you guys later.